price regime, according to NEC, is to ensure that they are fair to the customers. Do you think these prices? I mean, you've seen them. Do you think?
Well, I really don't I don't need to think. I don't need to think because millions of Nigerians that are listening to this program at this moment, I'm sure they already have their minds made up on positions that they're holding, which I also believe strongly reflects my own position as well. There is nothing fair in making me pay for what I can't account for. You know, so I mean, there is nothing fair in that pricing. There is nothing fair at all.
Let's talk about the increase then. This was done back in February. No communication whatsoever to the consuming public. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, the interesting trend about it is that we've always been thinking about this every time there's a tariff review. One, Nigerians should note one thing. It is by law. Tariff reviews are done twice in a year. We have the major tariff review between July, August, September.
Yeah.
Then the minor tariff between December, January, February. A lot of Nigerians had observed that the tariff had changed. They knew it already. But they couldn't lay their hand on any official documents or any official declaration to that effect. But if you had noticed that this particular one, the tariff change started from December.
Oh, from December.
There was a different tariff in December, there was a different tariff in January, and there was a different tariff in February. So December, January, February, we had 3 different tariffs. The February one was because they said those that are following the industry too, and those that are following the news will also know there was a period when the Minister of Finance came up and said, hey, they've been able to effectively remove the subsidy on electricity tariff. But it was just a statement as at then. Nobody was able to hold them against any document or any official declaration as the law describes it to be. Because every time there's a tariff review, it should be published before the tariff comes into effect at all, and for the consumption of the public. There should supposed to be a public engagement on tariff reviews before any tariff review is done. So why this one seemed to have gone under the radar of major Nigerians or many Nigerians was because the stakeholders' engagement that they were supposed to hold never held. The publication of this new tariff before it comes into effect was never done. So that's why it looked as if there was a recent tariff just last week. What happened last week was that, as against what the law prescribes, that this review tariff should be published before they came into effect at all.
Okay. So the discourse, they've decided to increase this thing. No consultation done whatsoever. The law just asked them to come and announce it, publish it. So the consumers, they've got no say in it. Now, the factors that you said, the law stipulates that could be the why for the review. These factors are also affecting the consumers themselves.
Absolutely.
So, in that sense, so the factors are affecting both sides, the provider and the consumer. And then when the price review comes up, it's only the decision is taken by the provider alone without the input of the consumer. I'm wondering how that is justifiable in any climb.
All right. At this, I'm going to speak to another issue or another thing that we've also been seeing how we can try and put. Initially, when some colleagues started with the idea, I thought, I really understood it until later on. Number one, I'm going to say this first, and I think I've said this on several platforms as well already. Number one, our power sector architecture from beginning to the end is wrong. The truth is we have experimented with this. It's not working, and we should change it. That is the idea. That is the spirit behind
Change it to what? I mean, where?
There are options. There are options. See, that is the concept behind reform. A reform is if you take a particular road to the office every morning and you are late.
Mm-hmm.
There is always traffic at one roundabout. You know you have to spend 30 minutes to get to, we can get your bus or something. And you keep doing it for a whole year. Nothing will change.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
But the day you decide to change that route, right, you're either going to gain 5 minutes or lose for that 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So you cannot keep doing the same thing, same way, and keep complaining and expect the results to be different.